Imagine getting a phone call late at night and the person on the other line informs you that one of your loved ones has passed away in an accident, and the cause of that accident was a simple act of sending a text. This scenario was almost my reality. 5 years ago, I received a call that my brother was involved in an accident. Apparently, the driver next to him was distracted on his phone, so when he merged into my brother's lane, he didn't realize that my brother was driving right next to him and immediately collided into the driver's side of the car. Luckily, my brother was not harmed, he was just shooken up a bit. But the reality is, it could have been much worse. The average amount of time it takes to send a text is 5 seconds. If you're driving 55 miles per hour and look down to text for 5 seconds, you have already driven the length of a football field. According to the Journal of Adolescent Health, the reported maximum amount of time a driver can safely look away from the road is only 2 seconds. I've been driving for about 10 years. I've been all over Houston. I've seen many drivers on their phones plenty of times, either texting or just checking the text. It's irresponsible and dangerous. I've done this research on this matter and it shows how dangerous texting and driving really is. I would like to explain the importance of why you should not be texting and driving and what to do to avoid it. Why you shouldn't be texting and driving. The main and most important reason: it could cost you or someone else's life. Taking your eyes off the road for 5 seconds is the minimal amount of time your attention is taken away from the road. A lot can happen in 5 seconds. All activities associated with distraction driving, sending a text message is the most dangerous. A person is 23 times more likely to have a motor vehicle crash while sending a text message than if they were only driving. According to the National Traffic Safety Administration, more than 9% of fatal crashes in the United States in the past 7 years involve a distracted driver. And according to the NHTSA, more than 2,800 people were killed and 400,000 people were injured in a crash involving distracted drivers in 2018 alone. You may argue that currently there is no national ban on texting or using wireless phones, but state laws and fines are becoming more aggressive. 48 states in the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam ban texting while driving for all drivers. 21 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam ban all drivers from handheld phone use while driving. Many drivers fail to put away their phones, but there are a few things you could do to not be part of the statistics. One thing you could do is lead by example. No one should be texting and driving. Be an example for others. If you need to take a call or send a text, just pull over. I know it's inconvenient at times, but it could save someone's life. Another thing you could do is put your phone away or just turn it off. Let someone else do the texting for you. A lot of people agree that the driver shouldn't be texting. So if there's another person in the car and you really need to send that text, just let the passenger do it. Don't be part of the bandwagon. Lead by example. By not texting and driving, you're not putting your life and others in danger. You're avoiding deadly accidents. And one thing you're avoiding also is tickets, fines, or even prison time. I think we can all agree that by not texting and driving, we can avoid unnecessary trauma and loss of life. Now that you know how dangerous texting and driving really is and how a second notice it can all drastically change your life, I ask you, next time you're driving down the highway or along this small neighborhood and you receive a text or decide to send a text, ask yourself, is it worth it?